Alright. What we got here? Lantine and Covenor Band. So I gotta say I've been liking the new Bossferatu, but it's hard for me to give up on a 10-foot. Especially, you know, rats are open. Demons aren't so good, I think, anymore with 10-foot. They're okay. And I just don't like Orbis. Do I want Bossferatu? Do I want 10-foot? Let's do Bossferatu. Okay. 6 men. I guess one day's. One day's been playing real well. 2 bots. I'm going to take this and lock, because the thing is, if I take a manifest now, I lose the fight and I get the benefit I would have just got from free mana anyway. And here we go, we don't have to lose 2 HP here. I can still take 2 units anyway. Definitely take the Sprout over Vampling. I think I still just don't really like Vampling that much. Like if I will say generally, most of the 2 costs are actually really well balanced between one another. But to me, Vampling and Shade are the 2 I don't really want to see. And maybe Water Elemental, but everything else I generally can work with. Definitely Manifest is the best. Sprout, and I mean, honestly, all 3 of these are quite good. Obviously, Hellhound, you need beasts, but there's so many beasts. Only an Eminat and Bloodsuck. Wait, yeah, just an Eminat at 2 cost is out. Be interesting if there was a 2 cost coming. Okay, so one day with the health will definitely take us out here. Too bad we didn't have a Bloodsucker. That would have countered that pretty well there. Take another one of these. Definitely with Bossferatu, you know, we can probably even sell stuff. Honestly, I could just do it here. But I'd rather have a Elemental or a Bloodsucker. Probably a Bloodsucker, so let's go ahead and just go like this. Look at that. Now I've already got all of this stuff. Pretty good board. We got 3 units getting the Hellhound buff. We've got 1 attack to everything on the board other than the Bloodsucker. Looks like a good deal to me. And we might even get 2 extra mana going into level 2 here, which is great. Okay, 12.5, nice. Looks like we'll tie because of it. No biggie. I mean, it's bullshit, but whatever. Oh, okay. Man, this is rough, but I know it's probably correct. So what we're going to do is we are going to combine it and promote it. Pretty sure it's right. Now, I don't know between Fresh Meat and Hammer of Destiny which one's better. I think because I'm Bossferatu, Fresh Meat's better. I already get Hammer of Destiny from the fact of my hero power. Okay, with no elementals banned, that's a great promotion. Now see, I'm going to get quite a lot of stats from that. And it also combines with my hero power quite well. I think we just made a huge upgrade, even though I do lose the 2 mana per turn. I'm adamant that if you have an upgraded unit and you have a promotion, you do it. Hopefully too many people don't catch on to that, but honestly it's broken. It's just broken if you do that. This 8-9 is going to grow by 2-2. Actually, it's going to grow by 3-2 every 1 mana on these 2 mana elementals that I'm just going to buy and sell back. And then my whole board will gain a 1-1. It's going to be crazy good. I am adamant that I think the new Bossferatu is better than the old one. The new one, definitely, like, you have to think a little bit more with it, I think, but about like what you're gonna build, stuff that actually doesn't care about the health and more cares about the attack. Like this, for example, could be pretty good. It does suck that there's no elementals. Well, there's an elemental here, and we probably buy it because this is a horrible unit. And I don't really need another mana pest. The other option is like I could take a mana pest and take a scatter shot. Scatter shot can be pretty devastating. Pretty sure we're just gonna take this and this. Might get overkill, I don't know. Yeah, I think this is okay. We still got a 2/2 out of that. I don't like Solid Shadow a whole lot though. As a like 3 cost, I guess. It just I don't like stealth units in situations like this. Like it's just very awkward to put it anywhere really. But this is okay, I guess. Alright, so this we absolutely do. Question is, do I take the Grek? I don't think so. I don't think I need a 2-cost treasure here. Rat bait would be good, I guess. Oh my gosh. See here, now I wish I upgraded that, because this is a tough one for me to upgrade now, because this thing is so good. But I think we just buy and sell and promote. Okay, it's halfway decent. Suppose that's actually better. 16 health to all of these does seem pretty good. Almost thought that said the Rat Man, and I was like, wait, did Jeff change his name? Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing to lose that Mana Guardian, but I think overall this is good. A lot of stats, and nothing's gonna probably beat me for a while, and I can hero power anything up. Still have a unupgraded Mana Guardian that will be happy to see stuff. So I only have one beast right now benefiting from the Hellhound. We can probably ditch that. I wouldn't mind doing demons. Demons are okay. Bossferatu. And if that's the direction it's gonna take me in. I don't know that it really is taking me in that direction though, to be honest. Like, maybe... What if I 1, 2, 3, 4 sold for that? I'd be down a unit. Probably would not be the best. But I could sell. I'm gonna let it roll. I don't think I want to commit so hard to demons right now, unless I see a fire imp. Fire imp with Bossferatu would be nice. Of course, that ordering happens, but it's okay. We are strong. Yeah. There we go, okay. Buying both of them. Could just sell this. Where do I put... I think we sell it right now. Just roll and... Debating. I like everything now that I have. Which one of these is stronger? 9-5, 11-6. 7-4, 14-3. does suck to not to have a 9-5 on the board, but I do want to scale these things. Could take the 3-cost treasure here. I don't think I do that. Maybe I should have, I don't know. The thing I like about Bossferatu is I don't actually need any particular treasures for him to be good. Lars has 2 fire things. He like has a similar. It's a bot and it has like similar stuff to me. Is it machine learning my strategies? And another nice thing about Bossferatu is like the Imp Lord, which is usually kind of a dead unit on board, actually can be respectable. I'm gonna do something really quick. I'm just gonna do this to give myself +2 attack for 1. Potent Brew. I've been doing this a lot lately. Like even right here, like I'll see a Potent Brew and I'll just take a hard pivot to rats, but I think we don't have a single rat, and it is about to be level 4. We'll just take this. And yeah, that should be okay. Okay. Would be a weird lock, but I think I will. Going into the new level, it's like, I don't know, I can get 6 health to this thing essentially by casting this first and then combining it, and then I have room on board kind of for the Imp Lord. Too much beef. Oh no, Shambler, don't do it, Shambler. Of course. Why is it always Swan Day? Why is it always Swan Day that has this shit happen to me? Swan Day is my kryptonite, by the way. I definitely lose to Swan Day more than I win against Swan Day. But maybe we'll get him here. We got him here at least, but could have gone better to say the least. Now the downside here is if it's a Scholar's Pledge, but you know what? I will sacrifice this in the name of getting Scholar's Pledge. Yes. Could take Force Multiplier, but no, we're taking that. So we can go like this, I think. Honestly, at this point, I don't care too much about a red beast. Let's just, whenever we see a 2-cost, do this and really get our attack hyperscaled here. We can skip here and just take the Grek if we have to. Otherwise, we'll see. Probably don't need the fresh meat anymore. I think this is okay. I'll take another Fire Slinger. I mean, with the Hellfire Cannon nerf to 6-cost, which I'll be honest, in my opinion, kind of gutted the unit. This is not a good turn to face flying boars, by the way. I think we'll be fine. Oh yeah, what do you know? Why not just do that? You know, whatever. We'll win. That just would have been nice to get that scaling. You know, you miss out on scaling a lot with demons. Like I didn't feel demons were in need of a nerf, honestly. They were strong, but the reason you're gonna see them represented a lot is because they're kind of like greeners, where they're just real like straightforward in a sense. Definitely do that. Could replace that with a Buke. That's not horrible. It's a pretty good unit for me, actually. And I don't really need 3-cost treasures at this point, but it would be nice to combine this, I guess, with all those extra stats that we've earned. This only affects 1 unit, but it's still okay. Be nice if this unit was large. Archeros is not horrible. I've been a big fan of Mind Sapper recently. I think we just, every time from now on we see a 2-cost, we buy it and sell. Don't need another Imp Lord. Yeah, I don't think we need these. Yeah, going back to what I said, I don't really think that demons was like that in dire need of a nerf, but they're also still playable, so whatever. And at least they, I will say, Coven is manned, so they're a little worse than normal. That's why I'm not too worried about getting a red beast. But honestly, if Babam was here, I would probably try to get a red beast. Of course, the Acercles Wrath gets like it's like yet again they get a Shambler Slay. Yet again, I get screwed out of scaling. Like this, it's like, do demons really need a nerf? I don't know. Like this crap happens all the time, right? Like, yeah, now I'm attacking, but now I don't have any scaling. I didn't scale at all that fight. Whatever. Luckily, Bossferatu can get around that crap. That's why Bossferatu's the best. I think we can probably upgrade the Ice Elemental here. It's been good, but... Alright. That could definitely slot well here, and we can move you to the back. That works for me. Debated a Blood Mage, but I think it's a little late for that. We definitely take the 2 costs. We'd rather see Elementals, but for 1 mana, essentially, I'm getting so much attack to my board. And I have 2 ranged units. I have a Buke, like... These are all things that benefit quite well from it. Could also move the Buke left. Oh, definitely take that. Crap, we're running out of time. Yeah, whatever. 12.5, of course. Oh wait, no. Just a 0.25, I guess. Yes, I finally didn't get shamblered. Amazing. That's why I'm not a huge fan of Shade, by the way. If that was any other unit than a stealth unit, I wouldn't have been able to do that. Alright, like I said, I don't think Red Beast is good here. I could take a Hellfire Cannon on boss, though, honestly. If I see it, I probably will take it. Oh, we gotta sell that, too. Do I take a dub there? It doesn't really do anything for me. I don't need 4-cost treasures, and the scaling I get on it is already incredible with my hero power. Be careful when you're selling, by the way. It's very easy to accidentally click a unit on board. Definitely done that a few times. Kraken Hunter is probably something I should pick up. Let me think about this. Where does it go right now? I don't know, but I'm gonna take it. I don't got any more time. Should just cast that spell. Okay, whatever. I mean, I'd rather have a Hellfire Cannon, but this'll do. Like, I need to replace the Underguardsman at some point, and Kraken Hunter would definitely be better. I mean, in this case, it wouldn't have mattered, but also I'm just crushing this. Like, luckily the Mana Guardian is beefy enough, and the Buke, like, yeah, I'm just not dying here. I don't scale, though, which sucks. Yet another non-scaling turn. Good thing we're Bossferatu. And again, just not that interesting. I guess you could argue, like, I'm getting a lot of attack if I put another one down, but it's 4 mana. It's a lot. Like, I'm not really that interested in doing that. Do I care about upgrading this thing? Honestly, this one I probably would. This is a little bit more important to me. And we'll do that. Okay, this is definitely worth, and I'll lock for the thing there. None of these are really that good for me, and we'll just buy this and lock. Could argue going the right here to protect against getting sniped, but if I get sniped, I get sniped. I'd rather run the more powerful unit in slot 5. It's another okay thing about upgrading is I'll get a 2 health buff for whatever that's worth. Problem is, he's just not really ever going to scale that much. I could slot him here, but 65 attack overkill just right now in the game is almost a guaranteed 2-for-1 unless I run into like a Buke or something, or I get 12.5. I do have a problem right now though, like where does, I guess Kraken Hunter replaces Fire Singer? I don't know, I guess I could also replace the Implord. The Implord really isn't that important now that I think about it, like I'm only getting 2 health maybe every other turn. Like it's actually pretty rare that I'm getting, like yet again I don't scale there. At least I scale here. Yeah, I really don't need the Implord in, it looks like. So a Kraken Hunter can replace that and I'll just have a full back line of ranged units. Sell that, I'm not gonna buy the Buke. Said I'm not going to buy the Buke. I haven't really been using the pledge much. But then again, I just only have, I guess I have 3 units that kind of use it, right? Maybe I should. Please give me something I can play. Alright, that'll do. Don't have any small units, but... So let's try to finish these fights. I mean, at the same time, a 3712 that does scale 3 of my units potentially is probably right now better than the Kraken Hunter. I think I need to wait until the Kraken Hunter is combined before it comes in. Probably. Hopefully we're just so far ahead on our stats that these low health... he does have quite a lot of stuff, of course. We go into the Buke, why not? At least the Shambler doesn't get anything off there. At least the Clanlord is dealt with. We should win this fight, I think, unless this is... You had to hit that. God damn it. Whatever. And it's like double fucking... And oh my gosh. Double fucking Vampling. Okay, at least that one didn't get off, but... So stupid. It's so stupid. The freaking combat RNG for me today has been an absolute joke. Whatever. Can't get too caught up on it. I mean, I can. You know, this is actually not horrible to do here because I can sell that. Oh, but it's not a 2 cost. No, it's just a unit. It counts, yeah. Iron Ogre maybe I should have picked up, huh? I don't know, hard to say. Okay, it's just too late for Hellfire Cannon, unfortunately. I know there's 2 of them, but we're just gonna run the Kraken Hunter. Implord comes out, like I said. Do I want the Iron Ogre? I don't know. I don't think I want it. I'm just gonna try to finish these guys as fast as possible. If Guardian Zoe loses to Crowley, which, yeah, let's just plan on that. Let's just plan on that, hopefully. Alright, let's plan on Crowley losing to Zoe, then I have the explosion locked. Looks like Swande, for once, won't beat me. It's a rare occurrence. Honestly, I've lost so many times to Swande. You bastard. I'm gonna cast it anyway. You never know, they might find some bullshit. Come on, Kraken Hunter. I mean, at the same time, even though it's 1 mana each time, it is making it harder for me to find Kraken Hunter. But I feel like I really just need to do this. Like, look how giant my attack is. And I have some beef up front, like... I don't know, I still feel like the 2 costs are just worth doing this on. I should keep this. We have so many stats when I combine that. So let's just roll one more time. 6-cost treasure sure would be nice, though. I could slot... Is this better than a 5112, I wonder? 36 range, is it better than a 5112? Against this, probably. Against this, probably. Like, if it's elementals, we want ranged. And the final units that exist usually won't have high health, hopefully. Depending on how many pledge procs they've had. Actually, this put that thing in range of that, so it might be relevant. Nice. Not that it really matters there, but we'll take it. We should win this. This is why we went with the range. Well, there the imp would have been better. God damn it. Whatever, we still win. That's fine. We finish him. Looks like Guardian Zoe is gaining health, casting that ritual. Okay, we're gonna go real hard here. Not you. I don't even really want to go the Lava Golem route. I don't want this match to last long enough that would matter. Come on, there we go. Give me something good. Give me something good. Portal or bombs? Against this, bombs away seems pretty good. So does portal. Let's do bombs away. I think that's the one that gives me the most immediate oomph. And who are we? I guess that. Which I guess means we go like that. Okay, whatever. Good hit for us. Not good hit for us. I mean, it was bound to not be good there. I think we win this pretty hard, hopefully. Yeah, we get a good overkill shot here. Once again, it does the worst possible target, though. Please don't hit that. Okay, we get another overkill. Combat RNG did everything it could to try to make us lose there, but we win barely. Which is not good. He has a 7 cost, like... He's like a Ghoul King away from beating me. Do I really need more attack at this point? I highly doubt it. None of his stuff is beefy enough for me to need to keep selling at this point, so let's think about... And honestly, this might need to... I don't know. I'll still do this because I got the Mana Guardian, and actually it just really scales quite well from that. Oh, perfect. Okay, this is going to be a big turn. This is going to be a big turn. Should I be... Ooh, okay. I have reasons... I don't know that works, though. Actually, I think we just try to find an Iron Ogre, now that I think about it. No, let's just try to finish this fight. Yeah. I could take... Nah, I could have locked that, maybe. But I think we're going to do a lot of damage here. I'll get overkill, pretty much guaranteed. There we go. Yeah, now I finally wanted to hit that. That's a huge hit for me. It goes into Iron Ogre, though. Just... okay. Still finds a way to piss me off, but whatever. We get a kill. That should be a kill. No, 12. 13, damn. It's because this guy wasn't upgraded. Fuck. Okay, you're upgraded now. Let's do this first. Here, do I just take the double... I have 30 health. Like, do I just take the double Lava Golem? I don't know. Right, you're pretty powerful. I don't think we take that. Oh, immediately punished. Whatever. I think we just want to try to find a spell to finish this. He's at 1 health. Let's try to finish this fight. find a spell that can work. Haste works, kinda. Does it? 50% of the time it's good. I think that's good enough for me. What if we moved one of these forward? Like I could do that, maybe? Yeah, that wastes this a little less. And now those are taken care of. That's fine. We should get overkill now. I'll take it. He's going to get a lot of resummons, but he doesn't have a Ghoul King. We should win this. Not the best time to shoot with Kraken Hunter, but whatever. The worst target. Oh, okay, never mind. It was the worst target until that happened. Should be a win. Nice. Well, that's Bossferatu for you. Like I said, I think it's better now than it was. People were like complaining. And honestly, I never liked it in the old version. I didn't think it was the S tier champ that everyone made it out to be. Because you had to do a 3-cost or more unit. As you notice here, it's if you buy and sell a 2-cost, that's 1 mana. I think 1 mana, A, you can put it into effect earlier at pretty natural ways to do it. And B, I don't know, I just think 1 cost to put a whole 1 attack to everybody is a lot better than 3-cost or a 2-cost essentially for 1/1 to the whole board. It's just like my opinion. I think, I mean, in a build like this, I think it definitely was pretty good. Anyway, though, that'll do it for this one, as always. Oh, and I guess I could do... So this is probably the first recording I'll have after, like, the first batch that I did. I can do a quick update on, like, what I've done so far. So 145 games played. Maybe I need to go touch grass or something, but 60% first place rate. That's about what a lot of the top players are getting. So if you look at Decade, you look at Zwande, etc., etc., this is about what you can get to right now. I fully expect that to not last because players are really still learning, especially because, like, I've noticed, like, if I get down to the one-on-one, it's rare that I'm going to lose unless I'm against somebody like Zwande or Lil Nako or Decade, etc., and or like Noir and whatnot, and like Hart, etc., etc., Jeff, you know, all the OGs. What was I trying to say? But I think as people learn this, there's no way that 60% is like gonna be sustainable. I don't think. Same with the top 4s. Like 95% top 4 is pretty ridiculous. Granted, there still are bots in game. Like we saw 2 bots in that game, so like that also inflates that number. But yeah, it is funny though that these like numbers are like, and that's, you know, that's the same as all the other like it's like all the players like that you see like on the leaderboard and whatnot. Like they're gonna have stats that are almost identical to this. But this is where it changes on the right here, where the with the champ stats I've noticed. Like I've been comparing on Discord with various other players, and we actually wildly vary on what we have here. Now, you'll notice I don't have any Akash played. I just think he's horrible. Really needs to be reworked in my opinion, and I'm surprised that this is a champ that has to be purchased, because it's such a... That just seems a bit backwards to me, so I really think they need to rework the champ to make it like a champ that is enticing to be purchased, if that makes sense. To me, the purchasable champs should not be the simple champs. Like, they should be the complex champs, right? But anyway, All-Seeing, I'm still too scared to play it, because to me it's just really high chance of not getting a top 4, and right now, you notice I only gain about 30 MMR that fight. Like, if I get 6th or below, I will lose close to 100 MMR. Not that I care that much about the MMR, but it is like a feels bad moment that getting 6th or whatever is gonna nullify like 3 first placed. So that's why I don't play champs like All Seeing right now. Batabat, I don't know what I think about Batabat yet. I've only had 2 games played. Bossferatu, now I will notice here, you're just going to take my word on it. This should read 555. The game that I lost was a frickin' disconnect, and I was definitely going to win that game. You bet your ass I was going to win that game. Of all my Bossferatu games, it was by far the highest one I'd ever rolled, so... I really wish I could have recorded some of my other Bossferatu games, because I've had some games that really show off the hero power, because they were like the most low roll games ever. Like this game we rolled pretty well, we got promotions and stuff, but there was like this one in particular Bossferatu game where I just felt like I had to scrounge every scrap of the way to barely eke out a win. It was pretty nice game. Brotusk, I still think Brotusk is okay. Not top tier, but pickable. Countess I don't like. I don't think it's actually that good, and I think I'm very different evaluating that from a lot of the other players. They seem to really like Countess. I really don't like Countess. I think the Crowley numbers are inflated here. I do think Crowley's pretty good, but context here, I rolled pretty high in all these games. Like I got Scholar's Pledge in pretty much all of them, which on Crowley is obviously going to be strong. I don't think Cthulhu is great if you're not running elementals, and as a result, it's also just one, like, when I'm trying to, I'll try to every now and then to record, and you can't really do it with Cthulhu. It's just, there's too much crap going on. Demonstra, the only game I lost was I ran into a very unfortunate swing turn against Hart. Still stings. Hart had a pretty good rat board, and I had just about turned the corner to 1 turn away from like tripling my 7-cost demon, and then I just like took like 12 damage and died. But you can see Demonstra is obviously powerful, right? 11, 10, 11, the results speak for themselves. It is interesting to me that, Joe's had said that Eyes is the top win rate hero in the game. To me, Eyes is significantly not as good as Demonstra. I would take Demonstra over Eyes 100% of the time. However, I get it, I guess. It's like, Eyes is kind of, in a way, somewhat similar to Bossferatu in that I can miss on a few things and my hero power will cover it. But what I would argue is with Demonstra is the hero power basically makes it impossible to miss, which in itself is a pretty good thing. Quite a good thing, actually. And then Fallen One, I think we had the one recording on that one. I just avoid Fallen One, I guess. And funny enough, Gordo was the 2nd highest win rate champ that Jez had said. Granted, by the time this video comes out, probably all that has changed. Who knows? But I gotta say, I don't like Gordo that much. I mainly only like it for doing Mana Guardian shenanigans. I think the downside of the only having 2 treasures to choose from is severely limiting. And, yeah, I feel like it's like just often you don't have hero power until late game. And not only that, you have an anti-hero power until late game, right? So it's like, I don't know. I think I don't like it, but I'm not. It's not a low tier champ. Let's put it that way. I just don't like it. Now, Groundson, obviously similar to Demonstra, the results speak for themselves here, right? 16, 12, 16. And Groundson is different than Demonstra, right? With Demonstra, I'm just trying to survive till late game, and then if I survive till late game, I probably am gonna win. Groundson's opposite. Groundson just wants to stomp the lobby fast as possible. That's why you don't see as many wins. Well, actually you see more wins, but that's just because, for whatever reason, I've been offered Groundson so many times, and I'm not ever going to really skip a Groundson unless it's like Demonstra or something. But yeah, you're guaranteed to get top 4. Like, well, it is funny because there was one of these games that I won with Groundson where I was legit about to go last place because the lobby was so ridiculous at the start. Even as a Groundson, I was down to like 12 health. by like level 4 or something. But it's just a tangent. The main thing about Groundson is that you just get all this health. It's stupid. I do think Groundson needs a nerf. It should just be health equal to the level, in my opinion. Like literally half the effect of it, and then it'll be a little bit more balanced. Guardian Zoe, I think they could also nerf Zoe. I've had very unfortunate games with Zoe. Like I had like a pretty good win rate, and then of course I did that clan ban video and talked him up, and I like never won a game with him ever since then. But whatever, 969's still fine, right? I still think Guardian Zoe is top tier. I think Hag sucks. Greeners suck anyway right now. I hardly ever go Greeners anymore. But even if they were good, I don't think Hag is good. I think Hag is one of the worst heroes in the game. Same with Inferna. I think Inferna might be the worst hero in the game, actually. How can I could go on a whole video about why I don't think Inferna is good, but it's like, just to outline the first use case, like, you don't, you get your first hero power once you level up to level 2, and it's like, you're on 5 mana and it offers you a 4 mana unit. So what the fuck else are you going to do that turn, right? And if you brick on that unit, well, you didn't get a hero power, right? And most 4-cost units, there's a lot of bricks, right? Like if you get a Void Blade, I bet there's no way you take that. You're telling me you're going to take a 9/2 who also has an effect that basically gives it the highest chance to not kill a unit. It targets the strongest unit, which is the highest chance you have of actually not killing the unit still. No way are you taking Void Blade. So you really have to hit something like a Blood Mage or a Buke to even have it be usable. Otherwise, you take a ton of damage. I would rather play All Seeing, honestly. Like they're very similar to me. It's like you have to basically pay a bunch of health to actually use your hero power. At least All Seeing has a predictable hero power, right? At least I know what I'm getting from All Seeing. And I can also eventually guarantee a 7-cost treasure with All Seeing. With Inferno, there's just so many misses. It's like, and then even when you level up to 3, I would argue there's so many bad 5-cost units in the game that you're actually more likely to miss than hit. And I can't tell you how many times I've played Inferno. Granted, you only see one here, but I gave it a lot of shots pre-beta, and too many times did I just like, when I'd get to like level 5, or level 4, and it'd be like a Fanatic or something. I've seen Fanatic so many times, and that's just a complete brick. There's no way you can take a Fanatic on that turn, unless you see a promotion in your shop. But yeah, I think I'm pretty adamant. I think Inferno's possibly the worst champ in the game. And Insidious, I've been thinking isn't that good lately. I mean, you'll notice here, 3-0-2 is definitely not good. I don't think it needs to be buffed to its previous form, which was that you could play, basically 2 rituals a turn. I think that would be too busted. Like, I don't know what it should, in theory, be good because you're getting extra chance at promotion. It's just, it could just be variance, right? I think I just had some rough Insidious games. But theoretically it should be good, but I've been scared to play it because, like, it just hasn't gone well for me, the games I've played. Jacko is interesting. I think until Headhunter comes back, I don't think it's top tier, but I do still like Jacko. It's a fun champ to play, and it's a pretty good tempo champ. It's just the late game. Without Headhunter, I think it does suffer late game quite a lot, because you basically have to hit on all the cavalry treasures, or else you don't really have much end game. You used to be able to miss on those and still go like summoning Headhunter. I also, by the way, don't think Headhunter at all was in need of just being banned from the game. I don't even think Nature's Wrath needed to be. I don't know why everyone was so bent out of shape about summoning builds. I'm telling you, like, I won a lot of games prior to those nerfs. I never once thought, wow, Nature's Wrath is just unbeatable. Wow, Headhunter's just unbeatable. I never thought that. Nothing was unbeatable. I thought the game was quite well balanced. I still think it's quite well balanced, but I think it's fine. It's fine to keep tweaking the game. If the devs are seeing things represented in the data that is concerning, then I get it. I get that they need to respond to it. But I also, in the back of my mind, think, like, you can only put too much stock into, like I said, like stuff like demons is gonna get played a lot because it's really easy to play. Right? It's a lot harder than putting a soup build together, but I'm telling you, like, most of my wins are like soup builds, even prior to the demon nerf. Like, I had a lot of demon wins, of course, but I don't know. Obviously, demons are still usable. I'm just complaining. 1-1-1 with Joe Binks. I don't think Joe Binks is good. Usable with elementals. Otherwise, I'm not picking Joe Binks. I still think Coven sucks. It did get a buff. I still think it sucks, though. I would take it over an Inferno now, though, at least. I think it's at least better than an Inferno now. But I don't know. A lot of those 2-cost treasures, starting with them, doesn't actually give you that much of an advantage. And then, so if you do brick there, it's still kind of like you're playing Old Coven, in all honesty. Like, I've had a lot where it just gives me extra treasure anyway, and it's like 5 choices at treasures isn't that good, actually. It really just isn't. And eventually you have to replace that treasure anyway, so it's not even a hero power that necessarily persists, right? So I think Coven still sucks, but every now and then you can roll your way into like a meat on the bone or something. And then it's basically a bad ground sin, so it still isn't like top tier. Lars is still top tier, I think. Though I will say with Coven banned, I probably wouldn't think it's amazing. And not just because Flambar, honestly, Babam. Like, Babam, so good with Lars. People, like, a lot of people know, but I think not everyone does. I'm really sad that Malarkey got changed. I think the old version was just fine. I think it was actually pretty well balanced and fun and unique. And I just have no desire to play the new Malarkey. There's only so few units that even use the hero power, and it's just boring to me now. I really wish and hope that they revert Malarkey to the old version. New Morg is decent, definitely a good tempo champ. You do obviously have to upgrade though, and that doesn't always happen. And those games can be rough. And still, there's not a whole lot for you late game. It's really just a tempo champ. I would much prefer something like Ground Center 10-foot though, where my hero power is just guaranteed. Morg hero power is usually guaranteed, but not always guaranteed. And even if you get it, you might get it late, at which point, like, the tempo damage, like you probably have just lost health anyway, and like, it was almost irrelevant that you get the upgrades late. Similar to Inferno, I don't like Orbis. I mean, I'd rather play Orbis than Inferno, granted, but I don't know. Another champ similar to Inferno that I played a lot prior, and it's like you're 100% reliant on getting promotions. Otherwise, there's really no reason to play Orbis, and there's a lot of games where you just don't find promotions. And the problem is, like, you could try to hard roll, doom roll for them, but then, I don't know, you'd have to get lucky with a good early tempo board, and then I guess you can justify just hard rolling for them, but I don't know, I just don't like Orbis. I think I do like the changes made to Circles. I don't think it's like a top tier champ though. It, especially with the Hellfire Cannon nerf now, I think it significantly hurts. It still has like some okay things. Like, it is nice to just always go first, more or less. And if you can start with Rat Can, you get pretty good early game tempo out of it. Which makes it an okay champ, but again, if you don't find Ratkin, the early game tempo isn't gigantic. Plus 6 damage to 1 unit is okay, but all of the other tempo related champs outdo that. And if you can't really make good use of the speed potion, the inherent speed potion that you have, like I don't care about the stunning portion of, I don't think the stunning portion of it's ever been relevant for me, but yeah, if you can't make use of the haste, which often just you don't make good use of it, unfortunately, just with what you're offered, and then you don't really have a hero power. So I still don't think it's amazing. Pandara, I will say this, it's probably a lot better than Inferna and Orvis, but similarly the same problems, right? It's very promotion reliant. It's reliant on what your level up turns, finding good stuff. Although I guess Orvis is less reliant on that nowadays, but still it's like, and then it's just RNG on top of that, right? It's like you have to actually get range or siege. And then there's a mental component to it too, because when you don't, it's really hard not to tilt. So I avoid Pandora if I can. Ratch is like okay. I've come around on Ratch a little bit. I don't think it is actually that much worse than Rattiness. I think they're pretty similar. I will say the nerf to Auxiliary Rat hurts both of them. Hurts Ratch probably more. Maybe not, I don't know. I actually don't think Auxiliary Rat needed a nerf. It's just frickin' Potent Brew that needs a nerf. I mean, I wish I could have caught some of these ridiculous games on recording. Like, I have had games where basically when I'm not Bossferatu, I have found Potent Brew on like that turn, like halfway through like level 4, and I have no rats, and I just find a Potent Brew and I hard pivot to rats, and then I win. It's like such a stupid treasure. Like, they either need to make it a 5 cost, or it needs to like do something weird where it only upgrades the rats attack on your backline and like health on your front line, and then you have to like switch them around to like suss out the stats, because right now it's just stupid. It's absolutely stupid. And I would just honestly, I felt like the old version of Auxiliary Rat was just fine, and it was able to flex into non-rat builds a lot more. So I'm not a huge fan of the Auxiliary Rat nerf. But yeah, Rat, I don't know. Hard to win with them. Very reliant on getting Rat Swarm, so you don't see a whole lot of wins represented here, but you do see pretty much all top 4s, right? It's very hard to not get top 4 with those tempo champs. I'll be honest, I haven't played with the new Rat Skull very much. It's probably still good, but it scares me a bit, but I should probably give it a shot, because honestly, when I read the Bossferatu change, it was similar, like it kind of scared me. But as I've played more with Bossferatu, I think he's like one of the best champs in the game now. Roka is interesting. I initially thought he was good. I actually don't think he's that good anymore. I'm like, I have had horrible games with Roka. The hero power is absolutely a it's absolutely a downside so many times. It's like you have to pay health to like redo your board a lot of the times, or else you get stuck into a situation where absolutely the worst unit possible is getting tank. It's very reliant on promotions. It's very reliant on finding specific units. And again, like so often, you just do not want the unit with your highest health to actually have tank. And as a result, I don't think Roka is actually very good. There's obviously games that you remember that are very good. I think you forget about the games that really were horrible with her. Scarlet Huntress is unfortunately pretty bad right now. It's still my favorite champ in the game, fun-wise, but she's rough to play. She's very rough to play. They really need to bring Undead back, or else Scarlet Huntress just suffers right now. It needs Gen, it needs Headhunter. Those are very good units for Scarlet Huntress. I've kind of... Silverbeak is interesting. I haven't had good games, obviously, so it's supposedly a tempo champ. I've even had a game where I didn't get top 4 with it. I don't think Silverbeak is that good. There are definitely times where it looks ridiculous, right? Where you just get those early doubles. But it's pretty tough because it's like you do want to get treasures, and getting a treasure is usually throwing away your hero power. And it's very hard actually and awkward to make Silverbeak do stuff for you. So you only really get the benefit through the tempo rounds, right? But you have to keep your board in a weird state in a lot of those cases, and you can't like cash in on your treasures at opportune moments. So I don't think Silverbeak is that good. 10-foot I think is pretty good, but hard to win with. You'll stomp the lobby similar to Groundson, but you give up a lot of late game because, like for instance, demons are good with 10-foot, but you can't use the best demon, which is the 7-cost demon. So that's like hard to win with. Rats are obviously good. There's no downside for rats. But a lot of strong builds, like elementals, are just out of the question. And just a lot of strong units, like Archeros and whatnot, are out of the question. So, like, you do give up quite a lot. Flambar even, like, you give up quite a lot with 10-foot, but I still think 10-foot's pretty top tier. Baron, I think, is S tier as well. Just to simply, you spam 2 costs, you get the good 3 costs, you survive. Then you spam 5 costs, and you get the good 6-cost treasures, and you thrive. And you're not really that sad to not get 7-cost treasures, because usually with Baron, you can... It's so hard to miss with Baron. It's like your flexibility is out of the world with Baron. But I will say there theoretically are games that could go pretty poor with Baron, but those would just be games where you, for whatever reason, can't combine units. I'm sure it happens. I'm going to play around more with Xerath. I don't know what to think about it. My thoughts are, if you can get Shadowblade and you can get Archeros, you're doing good. That's 2 specific things, though, that you need. If you don't really have a hero power a lot of the time. I have definitely played around with Voidblade a lot. It sucks with Xerath. Again, it just always targets the worst unit possible and probably doesn't kill it. Unless you have Shadowblade, of course. Grek theoretically is good with Xerath. I just never find Grek with it. But yeah, Archeros is legit. Still don't know if it's a consistent champ, though. So yeah, that's a little data recap so far. We'll see how that changes. Like I said, I fully expect these win rates to drop. There's just no way that can sustain as players learn the game. There needs to be more punishing in lobbies. It's like, you know, I'll get an 8-man lobby most of the time, and it's hit or miss on if people are going to actually punish greedy plays or not. So like I can still seem to get away with a lot of greedy plays, which I know if I was in a lobby full of players that knew what they were doing, would never let that happen, you know. So we'll see. Like in the tournament, which I do plan on playing, hopefully. It'd be a different story, right? There's absolutely gonna be so much giant boards early that like greedy play just cannot happen. Anyway, though, that'll do it for this one. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.